Hello, I'm Janice Baird from Good Health in a Nutshell. Today's tip is to join a laughter yoga club. What on earth is laughter yoga, you might ask? I had actually heard of it because a friend of mine has mentioned it, but I didn't take it any further and find out what it was. But I'm currently house sitting up at Perimarama near Albany in North Auckland, and she said, oh, if you're up there we have our laughter yoga at Browns Bay. So it's in Glen Street at the community centre there on a Saturday morning between 9 and 10, and it was super. Right, principles behind laughter yoga? No, let's not start with principles. The first thing we do is walk around the room and nod at everybody and say and you might say, oh my gosh, you mean there's a whole room full of people doing silly things like laughing? Yes, absolutely. And they're doing little actions. It was based around the story of Winnie the Pooh, so we had to do little actions like pretend that we've got the honey pot stuck on our heads, so we're trying to get it off, and we're in this direction, and oh, it's so funny, and then you help other people. Hey, so now we get to the principles, alright, of what the principle is. It is very much a breathing exercise, because every so often we drop our heads and we stretch, we alternate left and right because that gets the whole brain working, and the laughter is the key to it, because you're using your diaphragm, you're laughing, you do a a Father Christmas ho 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 laugh. And what that's doing is getting that oxygen into your lower lungs, where it's much more efficient. It gets your blood circulating, it gets those endorphins coming into your brain, and so it's good for the soul, it's good for the brain, it's good for the heart, it's good for circulation, it's good for the lungs, it's good socially, because you've suddenly got a crowd of friends. How can you not be friendly with somebody who thinks it's all hilarious? And how can you pretend to be holding on to the balloon and floating in the air without just relaxing and being whoever you want to be? So I thoroughly recommend it. In fact, it's a bit like the guy who liked the razor so much he bought the company. I'm going to train as a laughter yoga teacher, because I just think it's a wonderful way of getting people together, doing something crazy, but it actually has a very strong health-driven motive. Do you know that they've proved that 20 years ago we laughed about 19 minutes a day, and now it's down to 3 or 4? I guess it depends on who you're with. And certainly more than 19 a day. But and the same in hospitals. We should really have a laughter yoga meeting every morning of the hospital staff and all the patients. I mean, we don't have to do it for an hour. We can just have a 5-minute. But it's that freedom of relaxation. What they do at the end, and look, I don't know if it's a typical meeting or not, but we did a lie down on the floor and relax and deep breathe. So that wasn't the funny part, that was let yourself relax, and some of us almost drifted off, because we do, but really great for fellowship, fun, and they have had some wonderful stories about people's improvement in not just health, physical health, but in confidence, in ability to be resourceful, and those friendships are really important. So if you see the same people every week, it just gives you that sense of belonging. And yeah, so my tip for the day is go on the internet and look up Laughter Yoga. If there isn't one in your area, then for goodness sake, go on laughteryoga.co.org.nz or wherever your country is, and see if you can try and start a club of your own.